Ever get that like weird feeling where you're thinking of someone and then suddenly, boom, they call?
Yeah, it's almost like, are we psychic or something?
Totally. It can be kind of spooky, right? But maybe there's more to it.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, today we're diving deep into this whole idea of reality being like a mirror of our inner world.
Oh, interesting.
It's not as mystical as it might sound, though, at least not completely.
Oh, okay, I'm intrigued.
So this video we're exploring today, it uses this cool analogy of the brain being like a projector.
Projector.
Yeah, like you know how a projector takes light and then like translates it into images on a screen.
Right, right.
Well, the video suggests our brain kind of does the same thing, but with our reality. It takes all that sensory information, all the stuff around us, and then shapes it into our own unique perception of the world.
So we're not seeing the world exactly as it is.
Exactly. It's more like our brain's interpretation of everything.
That makes sense.
And what's really interesting is that this interpretation, it's heavily influenced by like our beliefs, our thoughts, and all our past experiences.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Like, remember that example we talked about? Thinking of someone and then they call?
Oh yeah, the psychic thing.
Exactly. It might just seem like a coincidence.
Uh-huh.
But the video suggests it could be a tiny example of how what we focus on can actually influence our reality.
Wow, okay, now that's kind of blowing my mind a little.
Right. Makes you wonder what else we might be attracting into our lives without even realizing it.
For sure.
Now, the video seems to go even deeper with this whole projection thing. It goes beyond these little coincidences and dives into the power of belief.
The power of belief.
Yeah, it basically highlights how much our beliefs, especially those deeply held ones, can shape our experiences.
Interesting.
Think about it. Have you ever been like totally convinced that something was going to happen, whether it was something good or something bad?
Yeah, definitely.
And then didn't it feel like that belief like played out in your actual reality?
Now that you mention it, yeah, kind of. Like when I was convinced I was going to ace that job interview, I actually did. But then there were times when I was sure I was going to be late, and wouldn't you know it, I missed the bus.
Exactly. It's almost like we're creating these self-fulfilling prophecies.
Right, right. But hold on, if we're all projecting our own inner worlds, then why are everyone's realities so different?
That's a great question. And that's where the video brings up this concept of differing projections.
Okay. Different projections, so like different realities.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because everybody's internal landscape, their beliefs, their experiences, it's all unique, right?
Mhm.
So what might seem totally normal or acceptable in one person's internal framework might be completely off in someone else's.
Like we're all kind of tuned into different channels of reality.
Exactly. Like the video uses this example of someone who can, do something hurtful and then go to sleep soundly at night.
Wow.
It just highlights how different people's inner realities can be, which then leads to behaviors that others might find totally baffling.
That's deep. So it's like we can't really judge someone else's actions through the lens of our own beliefs because we're seeing different versions of reality.
Totally.
Okay, so if our thoughts are so powerful in shaping our experiences, like how do we harness that to create the reality we actually want?
Well, the video has this awesome call to action.
Okay, I'm listening.
It says, don't wait for external things to change before you let yourself feel free.
Don't wait for things to change, but feel free now.
Exactly. Cultivate that feeling of inner freedom now, and then see how it affects your external world.
Interesting.
Like instead of waiting for that dream job or the perfect relationship to finally feel content, we need to work on feeling those things within ourselves first.
I see. So focus on the internal and the external will follow.
Yeah. The video actually says something like, freedom in all areas of your life will be covered. Freedom in health and wealth and freedom and happiness.
That's pretty powerful. So it's not about ignoring those external goals, but about realizing our internal state is like the foundation.
Exactly. It's a total perspective shift, right?
Yeah, it is.
So to wrap this all up, the big takeaway here is, by changing our internal world, we can influence our external reality. It might not be easy, but it's pretty empowering to know we have more control than we think.
Definitely. It's a great reminder that we're not just passively living our lives, but actively creating our realities.
So here's a question for you to think about. If you could choose one area of your life where you want more freedom, what would it be? And how could you start feeling that freedom right now in this moment? It's definitely something to ponder. And as always, if you found this deep dive interesting, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and share this with anyone who you think might enjoy it. And let's keep this conversation going in the comments below.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us.